Okay, welcome to lesson 9 star. Converting between mixed numbers and improper fractions. I just made up 9 star. I'm not really sure why, but I like stars. Okay, so let's look at two different kinds of fractions here. You'll see 17/5 is the first one, and the one at the bottom is written and read as 2 and 2/3. Now, these kind of fractions have names. One right here is going to be called an improper fraction. Improper. I guess they get that name from the fact that you have a larger number. The numerator is a lot bigger than the denominator, so they call it an improper fraction. All right, 17/5. That is a fraction that's greater than 1 whole. And then we have a mixed number, 2 and 2/3. This is also greater than 1 whole. What you need to know for lesson 9 star is how to convert between the two of these. Because you can make any improper fraction a mixed number, and you can make any mixed number into a fraction as well. Let me show you how to do that with the first one, 17/5. Now you learned something with decomposing fractions, that 17/5 is going to equal 5/5 plus 5/5 plus 5/5. Let me think, how many more do I need? 5, 10, 15, I need 2 more fifths. And that's going to equal 17/5. So, if you can see this, how many whole things do I have? How many wholes do I have? Well, I have, this is 1 whole, this is 1 whole, and this is 1 whole. So if I was converting this into a mixed number, it's going to be 3 wholes, and what's left over? 2/5. So 17/5, you can write that here, 17/5 equals 3 and 2/5. All right, any questions about that? Just go back and look. You'll see that we used the decomposing of 5/5 plus 5/5 plus 5/5, which really equals 3 wholes plus 2/5. We can also go the other way now. We'll take this fraction. I'll even extend it down here. 2 and 2/3. Well, ask yourself, right? Ask yourself this question. How many thirds are in 2 wholes, okay? How many thirds are in 2 wholes? You know that in 1 whole, 1 would equal 3/3. So 2 is going to equal 6/3. To get 2 and 2/3, you'll have, let me see if I can erase this. Draw a little better for you. 2 is equal to 6/3, and then 2/3, add that up, it winds up being 8/3. So 2 and 2/3 equals 8/3. Make sure you take your time to go back and rewatch how I did that if you're not sure how to get those two answers. 17/5 equals 3 and 2/5, and 2 and 2/3 is the same equivalency as 8/3. We're going to do another one right now together before I let you try your own. But definitely re-watch the video if you're not getting this right now. You know, it's not going to hurt you to watch it a second time. Okay. We have an improper fraction read as 18/4, right? So ask yourself, well, you got to break up the whole things right here, all right? So 4/4 plus, you know what? Pause the video. You can do the rest. There's your start right now. You're trying to get all the way up to 18/4. See if you can solve this one. You can pause it and then restart. See if you get it right. We start with 4/4. So we have to add another 4/4 and another 4/4. Now let's see, 4, 8, 12. I need another 4/4. That's going to be 16. 16, I need to get all the way up to 18/4, right? I need to get up to 18/4, so I need another 2/4. All right, that's going to equal 18/4. So how many whole things do I have now? How many whole things do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and And what's left over? So this is going to equal 4 wholes and 2 fourths equals 18 fourths. Again, if that doesn't make sense, go back and rewatch it. Now I would like you to try to do these on your own down here. See if you can convert 37ths, 20 thirds, and 10 fourths into a mixed number. And we'll check your work when you're done. All right, hopefully you paused it without seeing these answers. There they are. You have the answer of 4 and 2 sevenths, 6 and 2 thirds, and 2 and 2 fourths. Go back, check your work, follow along with the video, see if you did not do one of the steps that we did. We're going to move on to converting between mixed numbers into improper fractions now. Personally, I think this one's easier. All right, you have the 3 and 3 fourths. We want to try and get this into an improper fraction. Well, you have to ask yourself, okay, how many fourths are in 3 wholes? How many fourths are in 3 wholes? Should I type that up there again? Right? How many fourths are in 3 wholes? Well, 4 fourths. Because, yeah, look, we're looking at the bottom, the denominator. The denominator is telling us that's not going to change. You'll notice in all of these. Actually, let me go back. Let me show you real fast. You can see that the denominator doesn't change in this work here. 37ths, denominator is a 7. 20 thirds, denominator is a 3. 10 fourths, denominator is a 4. Denominator is a 4. Right? So same thing goes for this over here. Right? 3 and 3 fourths. We're going to see how many fourths are in 3 wholes. 4 fourths is 1 whole, plus 4 fourths. That's 2, plus 4 fourths. That's 3. That's 3 whole things, plus an additional 3 fourths. I'm going to get a total of, what's that, 4, 8, 12, plus 3, what's that, 15, right? 15 fourths. So 3 and 3 fourths is equal to 15 fourths. And you want to try and do that to solve these guys. See if you can convert those into improper fractions. Remember, your denominator is not going to change. You're working with thirds, then you're working with eighths, and then you're working with fifths. I want you to pause the video, do your work on scrap paper, and then resume the video to see if you did the right thing. All right, you can see your answers up there on the board. Hopefully you got those answers. I will do one of them for you right now to see if you guys solved the problem the same way I did. All right, I'll take our number right here. Okay, I'll do this one. Why not? 17 fifths, right? 3 and 2 fifths. All right, I'm going to ask myself, look at the denominator. It needs to be fifths, right? So how many fifths are in 3 wholes? Well, 5 fifths, plus 5 fifths, plus 5 fifths. Maybe some of you already knew it was 15 fifths, but it is 15 fifths. Plus an additional 2 fifths. That's going to give me 17 fifths, just like that. All right, I'm going to give you 2 more problems to do on your own. You can actually hand these into the bin when you're done. See how well you did on it. Okay? Put your name on a worksheet. You can hand in your work today. I'd like to see it. So would your teacher as well. You can solve A4. That's not right. Let's do convert 3 and 1/8 into an improper fraction. And convert, let's do 21/6 into a mixed number. Use the video to help you. Good luck. 9 star.